Case-Shiller came out yesterday, and month over month, June and July, we saw a decrease in property values. But how much? That's going to surprise you. That article and other articles, rent versus own, and more on today on Real Estate Daily. Welcome everyone. My name is Troy, and Monday through Friday we give you the latest news in real estate, housing, and the mortgage markets. Now, before we jump in, let's go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you like the content, hit that like button. And of course, if you have any comments, please leave them below. We definitely would appreciate that. I'm more than happy to listen and reply to any comments below. Now let's jump into it. Now this is from Fortune magazine, and I had quite a lot of different articles to go over, but Case-Shiller came out and they said, drum roll please, from June to July, we went down 0.25%, so 0.24. Now, to exaggerate the point, Fortune magazine decided, hey, let's put out what Zillow thinks and what John Burns Real Estate thinks. So with that being said, I'm gonna go show these maps, but they really don't tell you what it is a national average. They just pick out maybe 10 to 11 different markets. Now, I'm gonna pick out what my narrative is and then go with it. I'm about the entire nation, but this will go over, and this is John Burns Real Estate Consulting. They're looking at the market going a little higher, down. So if I were to go into Los Angeles here, it tells me that LA is about 5.1% down here with John Burns. And then if I come over here to Zillow, it says 6%. We're a whole percent off. This is why when I tell you guys, when you do searches and you look up values of your property online, such as Zillow, Realtor.com, or Redfin, either one of those, they're all significantly different because they're using different algorithms. That's why you can't look at it. Let's go look at what the national average is, 0.24%. We're not seeing that great of decline, nothing near what the national media is telling you. Next article. How to make rent versus buy. This is an article that just came out literally a few hours ago. It says how to make the buy versus rent housing decision as mortgage rates surge. And again, I would have preached, and I've been preaching, if you're not in a home, then you're going to be in inflation. And inflation means that rents are going to keep going up. If you're on a year-to-year basis, it's going to go up. Everyone's looking at rent as a complete, inflationary, part of your budget. But now let's go see, as rents raise, what's the next issue here. Boom. This is from the Real Estate Witch, and it says U.S. rent prices are rising 4 times faster than income. Now we keep seeing these articles about how mortgages are rising so much faster than income. Well, how much is rents raising? 4 times faster than income. We're seeing them go through the roof. And I thought that they made on here, is a pretty, telling tale. It says that overall, 38% of people renters are living month to month. Let me understand what that really means. 38% month to month. Guys, that's not good. That's not good at all. That means that as rent continues to rise and your paycheck doesn't rise, it just means you're paying more towards rent and less towards other things, such as having fun or going out or doing this or that. This is what happens with rent, and I've said it many, many times before. If you're not looking to have a plan to buy a home, you will get punished by your landlord. Now, some of you are out there going, I haven't had increases in a long time. I know that, again, in certain cities like LA, they have had a rent freeze on. But guess what? That rent freeze can't last forever. I am a landlord in the city of Los Angeles. I will raise rents the second that it gets unfrozen, which is supposed to be the first quarter of next year. I can raise rents 5% immediately. I'm going to raise everyone's rent 5% right there. They've enjoyed the last 2 or 3 years because of the poor way the city has been run, and they care more about votes than they care about the owners of property. That's where we have had this issue. You know, even the president said, you know, the virus is over, yet the city of LA still says that the virus is still alive and kicking. So dumb. Next article says U.S. home sales surged to 28.8% in August. This is very interesting. I've been telling everybody this over and over. If you look at the end of June and most of July, that's when everyone got scared, saying the Fed was raising so fast, and it just scared everyone away. Everyone took a step back. But somewhere near the end of July, everyone came back in because they didn't believe that the Fed was going to continue to raise and continue to be hawkish. And that's why new home sales, everyone just jumped right back in the market. And that's why I think that August numbers are going to be good. They're going to be solid numbers. But because the Fed now has raised rates in September, I think we're going to go back to that. It's like this dark cloud that's hanging over us. People in the media, as well as on the stock market, Dow Jones, they all kind of pushed away some of the clouds in August and said, hey, everything's a lot better than expected. And then the Fed comes in, and now they're raining on their parade. So I think September is not going to be as good, but I definitely think August is going to surprise a lot of people. The numbers were good. We actually saw last week that the amount of mortgage applications went up at the in July, and they'll go up again in August. Next article. Pending home sales declined for the third consecutive month in August. Again, I love the national media. They'll always spin it. This is my girlfriend right here. Again, we're spinning it towards a year ago. Guys, we're not in that market. A year ago, the Fed said it was transitory, inflation. Today, they're saying they hit the panic button and they're going nuts. Why do we keep comparing to last year? It makes no sense. Let's compare to last month. This is stupid. This is what happens when they want you to panic and they want you to feel that it's hopeless. This is dumb. Okay? We all know that there is less homes for sale today than there were 12 months ago. There's nowhere in the article that's going to tell you this. That's why I tell you, when you're out there and you got that approval letter is good for that moment. Go out, buy a home. All I know is this year, in the last 3 months, I've had more pending properties that I have in escrow than I had this time last year. Why? Is because I'm out there hustling harder for my clients than I did last year. And I was enjoying 3 years of easy success. Now I'm hustling harder because I want to make sure that everyone gets a chance to have home ownership. And the last article is rates. And as we saw the bring your daughter to the slaughter yesterday, well, it didn't happen that much today. 30-year conforming went up 6 basis points. It's still going up. You're looking at 30-year FHA is at 6.5. Do I believe that these rates are going to stay? I don't. I think they're going to continue to go up. If you're out there looking for a home, there's plenty of homes to pick from. You can be choosy, but I'm telling you now that you're going to pay more for that home on a monthly basis. Even though you might get $20,000 off that price of that house, you're going to be paying more because your interest rates are going to continue to go up. The Fed has said it over and over. They want the 8.3 CPI number to be at 2%. We're a long ways away. And the federal government keeps spending money, and they're combating against actual lowering inflation. They keep raising inflation. Guys, thank you very much for joining us at Real Estate Daily. Again, if you have any comments, please leave them below. I'm more than happy to go over them with you. Otherwise, you have a fantastic day, and I will see you tomorrow.